Following 3 minutes through the post time. Less than 2 minutes, less than 2 to post time. Final call to Baker selections on the second race, only 1 minute to post. Second race entry is lining up behind the Home Hardware Building Center starting gate. It's post time. Race number 2 of the evening has Laugh a Mile, Salzburg Flicka, Eastern Exposure, Something Real, Silver Hill King, and Manhattan Express. Well, off and pacing, Laugh a Mile off the rail away quickly looking for the early lead. Salzburg Flicka the outside second, far outside Manhattan Express. Is wide pacing third. Eastern Exposure emerging in the 4 spot, grabbing a seat fifth. is Silver Hill King. Back trailing in sixth, and the early going is Something Real. Into the backstretch for time one as they head on to the opening quarter. And out front showing the way, that's Lafayette. Eastern Exposure in the pocket. Looking for room at the rail in at three as they make their way past the opening quarter. That's Manhattan Express at the rail. And pacing in four is Silver Hill King. On the run from five now, that's Salzburg Flicker. And the Twitter as they continue on to the 3-8 Something Real. And they go around the upper turn as they continue into the stretch now on the outside. And looking to take over the lead is Manhattan Express. Lafayette is now at the rail second outside. And moving in at three as they approach the halfway point. That is Salzburg Flicker off the rail in four. Comes Eastern Exposure, fifth to the outside, Silver Hill King. And at the back of the field is Something Real. Inquiry sign has been posted. The quarter was 29-3. They race on to the 5-8s, and Manhattan Express leads the way onto the right side for the final time. Outside, Salzburg Flicker racing second to half, 101-2. Then on the outside, coming three high, Eastern Exposure into the three spot. Silver Hill King on the move now from four. They approach three quarters. Manhattan Express the leader. Outside is second is Salzburg Flicker. Eastern Exposure three wide third. Coming four high, Silver Hill King from five into contention now as they race on to the 7-8 Something Real up into five, and now trailing the field half a mile. They race on to pass the 7-8s there. Four wide battling for the lead. Salzburg Flicker a slight advantage. Silver Hill King on the far outside along with Eastern Exposure. They straighten out for the stretch stride, and Salzburg Flicker, Eastern Exposure in the center, far outside, Silver Hill King right down the line. Silver Hill King will prevail at Eastern Exposure second, and finishing third is Salzburg Flicker. Inquiry sign has been read here on the second race. Jones is looking at the break by two. Salzburg Flicker going to the opening quarter. Now back in victory lane, the second race winner, number 5, Silver Hill King, 4-year-old brown gelding by Proven Lover. By Don Ellis Abbott of Lower Onslow, trained by Darren Crow, driven by Todd Trent. Silver Hill King in 2:01 3/5. again, there was no violations in the second race. Second race is official. Run off a mile 6-2 Salzburg Fickle at third. At 3 Eastern Exposure was second. 4 Something Real fifth. 5 Silver Hill King the winner. 6 Manhattan Express fourth. Quarter 29 and 3. The half 101 and 2. 3 quarters in 132. Mile in 201 and 3/5. From the top 632 514. 532 try in the second race. $89.40. The 5-3 exactor. It returned 47.20. Third race coming up. Numbers 3 and 5, 4 Stars Hold'em and 5 Putnam's Dealer, both adding a hit with cups. 1 Charlie Drummond raced Charlottetown August 17th, fast track. Now winners 301 last 5. From post 7, finished 8th, beaten 19 lengths, timed in 2:02 and 1. Driver was Darren Crow, 6 Western Scott. Raced on August 19th at Charlottetown, fast track. Now winners of 5:01 last 5 from post 1. Finished second, was defeated by 3/4 of a length in 1:58 and 4. Driver was Paul Langell and 8 Pia Hanover. Also raced on the 19th at Charlottetown on a fast track. Now winner 16:11 last 5. From post 5, suffered interference after the start, was 4th placed third. Beaten 7 3/4 lengths, timed in 1:59 and 4. Driver was Danny Romo. Upcoming third race in 7 minutes. Well, the entries in the third race. One is Charlie Drummond, owned by Lee Raymond, Darren Crow driving. Kenny Parker Jr. owns and drives the 2 Don't Stand in My Way. The 3 is 4 Stars Hold'em, owned by Sidney Parker and Kerry Romeo. Nick Whiteup. Todd Treich for Dr. Jim Shaw aboard the 4 PA Chippy. Leslie and Linda Parker on the 5 Putnam's Dealer, Claire McDonald driving. Paul Langell will steer the 6 Western Scott for owner Arlene Geddes. Emmons McKay and Paul Smith the owners. Tammy McKay driving from post 7, Chief Executive Officer. And the 8 Pia Hanover. The Kevin Dory, Danny Robo, and Ernie Giddon. Danny in the driver's seat. Third race post in 5 minutes. Less than 2 minutes. Final call, less than 1 minute. Home Hardware Building Center starting gates in motion for the third race. It's post time. Race number 3 of the evening has Charlie Drummond, Don't Stand in My Way, 4 Stars Hold'em, P.H. Hippie, Putnam's New Year, Western Scott, Chief Executive Officer, and Pia Hanover. They're off and pacing, getting the first call. That's P.H. Hippie at the rail. Charlie Drummond will come away second, followed up by Don't Stand in My Way in 3. Then 4 Stars Hold'em is final seed 4th, outside 5th, Chief Executive Officer Pia Hanover. The outside is moving up into 6th. At the rail on lead 7th is Putnam's New Year and the Eddie Treader. That is Western Scott. They start into the backstretch on the way to the opening quarter, led by P.H. Hippie. Chief Executive Officer is parked out second. At the rail racing 3rd, that's Charlie Drummond, Don't Stand in My Way. Takes a look from 4. Caught outside from 5 is Pia Hanover. Then to the inside at 6. That's 4 Stars Holden. Then back in the 7 spot as they continue on to the 3/8. That is Putnam's New Year, and still at the back of the field as they continue off the top 10 and race into the stretch. Approaching the halfway point is Western Scott, 28 4 the quarter. They race past the halfway marker. P.A. Chippy, the one to catch, out there by 2. At the rail, getting the trip, Charlie Drummond in the pocket. Second, Chief Executive Officer gets the parking ticket. Third, outside covered up in 4 is Don't Stand in My Way. 4 Stars Holden will stay at the road in 5. Third over now from 6 is Pia Hanover. Then Putnam's New Year, and still trailing the field, Western Scott into the backstretch. Final time on to 3/4. P.A. Chippy still in the front end after a half of 58 seconds flat, and P.A. Chippy opening up to 3. Charlie Drummond is still second. Then Chief Executive Officer is pacing third. Don't Stand in the Way fourth. Then on the inside in 5, that is 4 Stars Holden. They head to the 7/8, and P.A. Chippy is opening up, and the front is clear now by 5. Charlie Drummond trying to hang in there second. 3/4 in 1:27, less than an 8 to come. P.A. Chippy with a commanding lead as they turn down the lane final time. Charlie Drummond is safely second. Then a gap of 3 back to Chief Executive Officer third. Down the stretch, all P.A. Chippy here in the third race. Charlie Drummond will hang in for second and third. Here's Chief Executive Officer. Back in victory lane, the winner of race 3, number 4, P.A. Chippy. 3-year-old Bay Get Incentive Sports winner. It'll be Camlock Dam, Miracle Lock of Dr. Jim Shive, trained by Dr. Trevin Shive. Todd Trites with back-to-back winners. P.A. Chippy picking up a new lifetime mark, 1:55 3/5. Third race is now official. 1 Charlie Drummond second, 2 Don't Stand in My Way, 4, 3 4 Stars Holden was seventh. 4 PH Hippie the winner, 5 Putnam's New Year 8, 6 Western Scott 6, 7 Chief Executive Officer at third, and 8 P.O. Hanover at fifth. Quarter 28 and 4, the half 58, 3/4 and 127 the mile. A life's best for PH Hippie, 155 and 3/5. From the top, 247, 18635. 417 try in the third race, 9740. The 4-1 exactor, 1390. The early double 5-4 combination, 1660. No winning combination in the Superfecta carryover to the fourth race, $130. And upcoming in race 4, please note the 2 Shuttle Fill. Ownership change to Devin and Chuck O'Connor. Trainer now Devin O'Connor, driver Paul Lanville. And there's no line to be announced on the 3 Pictonians Derby. Pictonians Derby with a judge scratch at Charlottetown. Post time for the fourth race with Superfecta wagering on race 4. Carryover $130, 7 minutes to post. Here are the entries in the fourth race. Number 1 is Flag of Honor. All but A settled, Ernie Laughlin driving. The 2 is Shuttle Fill, now owned by Devin and Chuck O'Connor. Note the driver change to Paul Lanville. Bernard McCollum is aboard the 3 Pictonians Derby for Paisley McCollum. 4 Anna Circadian, owned and driven by Robbie Smallwood. The 5 Janantha, owned and driven by Clayton Stevens. Jamie and Linda Ramsey on the 6 Life in the Country. Jamie drives. The 7 Mr. Pibb, owned by Bob Samara. Carl Eisner up. And the 8 DJ's Coca-Cola Cowboy. Henry Smallwood driving for Cyril Harvey. Post time in 5 minutes. Less than 3 minutes. Less than 2 minutes, less than 2 to post time. Final call to wager on the 4th race, 1 minute. Here's 4th race post time. Home Hardware Building Center starting gate is now moving. Race number 4 of the evening has Flag of Honor, Shuttle 4, Pictonian's Derby, NS Acadian, Jamaica. Life in the Country, Mr. Pibb, and DJ's Coca-Cola Cowboy. They're off and pacing. Flag of Honor at the rail. Also leading is Shuttle Phil, and up on the outside of 3, that's NS Acadian. Victorian's Derby comes away in the 4th spot. Jamaica takes a tuck in 5. Followed out in 6 by Life in the Country. Back there in 7 is Mr. Pibb and the early trailer, DJ's Coca-Cola Cowboy. Seating arrangements complete. Single file as they move through the backstretch for the first time. As they head to the opening quarter, up front it's Shuttle Phil to dictate the early turns. Leading it by a length and a quarter. In the pocket, that's Flag of Honor second. Then out the road and looking at it from 3 is NS Acadian. Holding down the 4th spot Here's Pictonian's Diddy. Then looking at it from 5 at the rail. Here's Jamantha moving up now on the outside first up. Here's Life in the Country. Also moving to the outside from 7 is Mr. Pibb, and at the back, DJ's Coca-Cola Cowboy. Quarter in 31 and 1/5 second. They round the top turn and race through the stretch now. First time in front of the grandstand as they approach the half, and it is Shadow Phil still in control. Yet to be pressured in the front end. Second is Flag of Honor. First over, NS Acadian third at the rail in 4. As they race into the lower turn, here's Pictonian's Dribble. Over to go Jamantha. Outside following cover is Life in the Country. Then Mr. Pibb, and still trailing his DJ's Coca-Cola Cowboy. Halfway home in 1:02 and 3. On to the backside final time. They're led to 3/4 by Shadow Phil. Flag of Honor getting a golden journey in the pocket second. NS Acadian still third outside uncovered. At the rail locked up into 4 is Pictonian's Dribble, set to come 3 high from 5. That's Life in the Country. Jamantha is blocked at the rail in 6. Then Mr. Pibb in 7, DJ's Coca-Cola Cowboy. They continue on past the 7/8 and off the top turn, and still holding the lead is Shadow Phil. Now looking to come out of the pocket. That is Flag of Honor. 1:32 and 3/4. Shadow Phil leads from down the lane. Flag of Honor in second. Pictonian's giving the outside third. They're not going to catch Shadow Phil. Running at gate to wire. Second is Flag of Honor, and third Pictonian's Derby. Now back in victory lane, 4th race winner, number 2, Shadow Phil, 4-year-old brown-gutted son of Shadow Play. Owned by Devin and Chuck O'Connor, trained by Devin O'Connor, and driven by Paul Angel. Shadow Phil, 2:02 and 2/5. Race 4 is official. 1 Flag of Honor second, 2 Shadow Field the winner, 3 Pictonians Derby third, 4 Nano Circadian fifth, 5 Jamaica fourth, 6 Life in the Country 6, 7 Mr. Pibb 8 TJ's Coca-Cola Cowboy was 7th. 31 and 1 the quarter, half in 102 and 3, 3 quarters, 132 and 3 in the mile, and 202 and 2 fifths. Top down your card is 213, 546, 87. 213 try in the fourth race, $187.30. The 2-1 exactly $93.30. Upcoming in the fifth race, a line on the 3 Brookdale Gym raced at Charlottetown August 17th on a fast track. Now winner 7:21 last 5. From place 6th, finished 2nd. Was beaten by 3 1/4 lengths, timed in 1:58 and 4. Driver was Bernard McCaughton. Post time for the fifth in 6 minutes. The fifth race entries. One is Cherry Pop over David Livingstone, Charlie Piper Jr., Randy McIntosh, and Sonny Saitman. Darren Crow drives. I-47 the 2, Roy Burton owns and drives. 3 is Brookdale Gym over Doug Polly Jr. and Sr. Bruno McCaughton at the lines. The 4, Kendall Courageous, owned and driven by Clayton Stevens. Don't Tell Mom from post 5 has Ernie Laughlin in charge for Dave Settle, Wallace Cameron, and Anthony Repshaw. And the 6, Robin Goldigger, Todd Treitz at the helm for Donnie Ellis. Fifth race post in 4 minutes. Final call to wager on the 5th, 1 minute to post time. Home Hardware Building Center starting gate moving up for the 5th race. It's post time. Fifth race of the evening, top of the stretch, Cherry Pop, I-47, Brookdale Jim, Kendall Courageous, Don't Tell Mom, and Rodden Golddigger. They're off and pacing away quickly. That's I-47, Cherry Pop at the road, and from the outside, Don't Tell Mom into the first turn. They head out of the opening 8th, and Cherry Pop grabs the early lead. I-47 will take a tuck in the pocket second. And coming away third, that's Kendall Courageous. Crossing over into the 4th spot is Don't Tell Mom. The 5th away is Brookdale Jim, and trailing the field as they head through the backstretch for time 1. That is Rodden Golddigger. Single file as they arrive now at the opening station. Out front with the lead, that's Cherry Pop. Tied up in the pocket, I-47 travels second. Next in line third, that is Kendall Courageous. Don't Tell Mom holds down the 4th spot. Brookdale Jim is one beaten in the early going. That is Rodden Golddigger. They continue with positions going unchanged past the 3/8 and off the top turn. 29 and 2/5 seconds was the quarter. On to the lane, approaching the half. No change in positions up front. Cherry Pop continuing to chart the path. Uncontested length and a half lead as they race past the halfway marker. I-47 tracks along second. Then the third out the wheel is Kendall Courageous, the first to sacrifice. Now here comes on the outside, Brookdale Jim first up from 4. Followed on the outside by Rodden Goldiger, and now trading the field is Don't Tell Mom. Into the backstretch after a half, 59-4. It's Cherry Pop in control as they approach three quarters. Cherry Pop by 2. Outside and gaining ground now, uncovered second. That is Brookdale Jim at the road. I-37 is third. Outside with cover and towed into contention in 4. That is Rodden Goldiger. Fifth at the rail is Kendall Courageous and Don't Tell Mom trails. They head to the 7/8 Cherry Pop, now being engaged by Brookdale Jim as they race past the 7/8 and off the top turn. Less than an 8 to come. Cherry Pop at the rail. Brookdale Jim on the outside. They straighten out for the stretch drive. 129 2/3. Brookdale Jim on the outside has taken over. It's Brookdale Jim getting up to win it. Finishing the second. That is Cherry Pop. It's close to the show spot. I-47, Rodden Goldiger, those two in a show photograph. Back in the winnings enclosure, the fifth race winner, number 3, Brookdale Jim, 4-year-old Boy-Gutted Son of Articulator. On the Doug Potty Jr. and Senior, trained by Bernard McCollum and driven by Bernard. Brookdale Jim, 2 minutes flat, new lifetime mark. Fifth race is official. 1 Cherry Pop was second at 2 I-47, finished third at 3 Brookdale Jim, the winner. 4, Kendall Courageous, 5th. 5, Don't Tell Mom, 6. 6, Robin Goldigger, 4th. The quarter, 29 and 2. The half, 59 and 4. 3 quarters and 129 and 2. And the mile, 2 minutes flat. The lifetime best for Brookdale Jim. In review from the top, 2, 3, 1, 5, 6, 4. 3, 1, 2, 5th race try, $43.90. 3, 1 exactly, $9.50. Upcoming in race 6, the 7 Always Race has been scratched lame. Lines posted on the 2 Giant Slayer, raced at Charlottetown August 19th. Fast track, now winners of 7:01 last 5 from post 2 was a race winner by 4 3/4 lengths, timed in 1:58 and 2 for driver Dale Spence. Also the 5 Brookdale Buster, raced on August 17th at Charlottetown. Fast track, now winners of 9:01 last 5 from post 2, finished 6th. Was defeated by 3 lengths, 1:59 and 2, the driver Brenna McCollum. Post time for race 6 in less than 7 minutes. And the starter is in race 6. Number 1 is Socket to him, owned and driven by Kenny Parker Jr. Danny Romo drives the 2 Giant Slayer, owned by Ian McDonald. From post 3 is Go With It, owned by Gordy McCabe. Ernie Laughing at the helm. Jeff Ellis and Don Ellis Abbott, the owners, now in co-driving the 4 Montreal Phil. The 5 is Brookdale Buster, and he's been excused parade on the Doug Polly Jr. and Sr. with Brenna McCollum up. 6 Jasmo, Todd Trench for Greg Francis. The 7 has been scratched. The 8 Rusty Roddy, Chantal Geddes and Dana Ghetto. Paul Angel will steer. Post time for race 6 in 5 minutes. Now coming out of the racetrack on parade is the 5 Brookdale Buster. Less than 2 minutes, less than 2 to post time. Final call to wager. Only 1 minute left to wager on race 7. Last call. It's post time for the 7th race. Home Hardware Building Center starting gate is now moving. Race 6, top of the stretch, has Socket to him, Giant Slayer, Go With It, Montreal Phil, Brookdale Buster, Jasmo, and Rusty Riley. They're off and pacing. Jasmo from the outside along with Montreal Phil. Those two darting out for the early lead. Down at the rail, Sockatuum has come away third. Crossing over, Giant Slayer takes a tuck in 4. Away in the 5 spot. That is Go With It. Back there in 6 as they head into the backstretch is Brookdale Buster. And the 7th and trailing one is Rusty Roddy. On through the backstretch first time, and Montreal Field on the front end leads the way. A length and a quarter is the advantage on the pocket sitting at Jasmo. Then sitting at the wheel and racing at a 3. As they approach the 3/8, that is Socket to 'em. Back in 4 is Giant Slayer. The 5th one and racing at the rail is Go With It. The quarter in 28 seconds flat. Single file as they race past the 3/8 and continue off the top turn. It's Montreal Phil. He's the one to catch out there, a length and a half as they approach the halfway point. Yet to be challenged on the front end. Second is Jasmo at the rail in 3. That's Socket to 'em. 4th on the inside for Giant Slayer. First up, here comes Rusty Roddy into 5th, now 4th, and leading the order flow as they race into the lower turn. Brookdale Buster picks up that cover, and at the back of the field now is Go With It. They continue on to the backside, the half, as they race on past the 5/8 and into the backstretch now for the final time. Montreal Phil still the leader. Second is Jasmo. 58 and 3 was that half. Outside and grinding it out first over. That is Rusty Roddy now up to second. Montreal Phil leads the way. 3 parts of a length. Rusty Roddy the outside second. Jasmo at the rail getting a perfect trip is third. Beginning to gap out there a bit in 4. That is Socket to 'em. 1:28 was the 3/4. An 8th left to come. Montreal Phil outside Rusty Roddy. Jasmo raced the passing lane. On down the stretch they come final time. It's Montreal Phil the leader. Outside Rusty Roddy. Inside Jasmo. Montreal Phil. Jasmo. Rusty Roddy. Montreal Phil. Hole safe to win it. Jasmo is second, third. Rusty Roddy. Now back in the winner's enclosure, the winner of race 6, number 4, Montreal Phil, 14-year-old bay gelding by Blissful Hall. Owned by Don Ellis Abbott and Jeff Ellis, trained and driven by Darren Crow. Montreal Phil in 157 flat. Here is the complete rundown of race 6. Number 1, Saskatoon, 4th. 2, Giant Slayer, 5th. 3, Go With It, 7. 4, Montreal Phil, the winner. 5, Brookdale Buster, 6. Josmo, 2nd. 7 was scratched. 8, Rusty Roddy, 3rd. 28 seconds the quarter, half 58 and 3. 3/4 in 1:28. Highland 157 flat. Checking from the top, your card should read 457 162 scratched 3. Triactor in race 6, 468, $91.60. The exactor 4-6 combination, $77 even. And the 20-cent superfecta, 4681, $172.03. Coming up in races 7 and 8, the late double in race 7, a line on the 4. Salzburg Quick is posted. Raced on August the 19th at Charlottetown, fast track. Now winners of 9:01, last 5. From post 6, Salzburg Quick finished 5th. Beaten 8 3/4 lengths, timed in 1:58 flat. And the driver was Mark Campbell. In the 8th and final, there's lines on the 3, Jerry's Beach. Raced August 17th at Charlottetown, fast track. Now winners of 5:01, last 5. From post 7, finished 7th. Beaten 16 lengths, timed in 2 minutes 2/5. Driver was Adam Murner. And 5, PJ Candex. Raced on Sunday, August 19th at Charlottetown, fast track, $5,000 claimer. From post 2, finished 5th. Beaten 12.5 lengths, timed in 2:01 for Corey McPherson. Post time for the 7th, first half of the late double in 7 minutes. Here now are the starters in the 7th. Number 1 is Badlandia. Vernon McCollum will drive for Apollo White. The 2 Dragons Fire, owned by Ginny Murner and Peter Jardine. Ernie Laffin at the helm. Glenview Paisley from post 3, owned by Ron Harris. Dave Carey up. Salzburg Quick is the 4, owned by Cindy and Joey Green. Robert Laffin at that lines. The 5 is the Leiden Parade. 6, Electric Sill. Todd Trites for Andrea Renison and Ryder Matthews Renison. Mark Whidden owns and drives the 7SF Razzmatazz, co-owner Barry Whidden. And the 8 Stringbusters, Danny Romo for Joe Janaga. Post time for the 7th in 5 minutes. And now coming onto the track is the 5-entry Catch 22. The William Shearer, Sonny Seidman, and Charlie Piper. Darren Crow will drive. Only 3 minutes, 3 to post time. Final call at the window is only 1 minute. Last call to wager on race 7. It's 7th race post time. Home Hardware Building Center starting gate is now moving. Race number 7 of the evening has Badlandia, Dragon's Fire, Glenview Paisley, Salzburg Quick, Catch 22, Electric Sill, SF Razzmatazz, and Stringbusters. They're off and pacing. Dragon's Fire gets off the gate first to grab the early lead. Out the rail, that's Badlandia. Then up on the outside, Electric Sill. He's driving third up on the far outside. Stringbusters is on the line in 4. Then fifth and sitting out the rail as they move by the opening 8th and race into the backstretch for time 1. That is Glenview Paisley. They continue through the backstretch on their way to the quarter. And out front, Dragon's Fire leads the way, has it by a length in the pocket. Electric Sill is second. Finding room at the rail in 3 was Stringbusters. Badlandia is away in the 4 spot. Next in line, Glenview Paisley has 5. 6th and taken to the outside, that's Salisbury Quick. Racing along in 7. He's Catch 22, and at the back, SF Razzmatazz. Quarter was paced in 28 and 2 as they continue off the top turn. And racing in front of us now for the first time as they approach the half. Dragon's Fire shows the way. Out there by a length and a quarter. In the pocket, Electric Sill. Here comes Stringbusters. Now to the outside to challenge for the lead as they race into the lower turn. Out and moving now with cover is Salisbury Quick into 4th. 5th inside, nowhere to go, Badlandia. Then Catch 22, a third over 5th. As they race into the backstretch now for the final time. And up front, Stringbusters battling Dragon's Fire for the lead as they race on to the backside onto the 3/4. Electric Sill right there third. 59 seconds flat was the half. And Stringbusters on the outside now sticks a neck in front. Battling back at the rail as they continue on to the 7/8. Dragon's Fire, Electric Sill to the outside third. They continue on now to the 7/8. And the leader is now Stringbusters. Electric Sill outside second. Dropping back, Dragon's Fire is third. Salisbury Quick, the outside, is racing 4th. They straighten out for the stretch drive, and they're led home by Stringbusters. Electric Sill, the outside. Dragon's Fire trying to come back on inside third. It's Stringbusters. Electric Sill is closing in. Electric Sill upset here in the 7th. Up to win it second is Stringbusters, and third is Dragon's Fire. Now back in victory lane, the 7th race winner, number 6, Electric Sill. 10-year-old brown gelding by Electric Stena. Owned by Andrea and rider Matthews Renison, trained by George Renison. Todd Trites picking up his 3rd winner of the evening. Electric Sill in 1:58 flat. Seventh race is now official. 1 Badlandia fourth, 2 Dragons Fire at third, 3 Glenview Paisley sixth, 4 Salisbury Quick fifth, 5 Catch 22 was seventh, 6 Electric Sill the winner, 7 SF Razzmatazz 8 String Busters second. Quarter in 28 and 2, the half 59, 3 quarters 127 and 3 in the mile and 158 flat. Top down, your card is 436 57182. Triactor 682 returned $366 even. The 68 exactor 3270. No winning combinations in the superfecta were sold. The carryover $53.26. Eighth and final coming up, number 3 Jerry's Beach, raced at Charlottetown August 17th, fast track. Now winners of 5:01 last 5 from post 7, finished 7th. Beaten 16 lengths, timed in 2 minutes 2 fifths for Adam Murner. And the 5 PJ Camdex, raced on August 19th at Charlottetown, fast track, 5,000 claimer. From post 2, finished 5th, defeated 12.5 lengths, timed in 2:01 for Corey McPherson. Eighth and final goes to the gate in 8. Please note here in the 7th race, there was no daily double combinations sold with 6 Electric Sill. The live ticket in the double is with the 8 String Busters. And here now is tonight's winning 50-50 number. It's with $270. Ticket 3587756. Again, tonight's winning 50-50 number with $270. 3587756. Here's the field for the 8th and final. 1 is Pride of Paradise, by Robbie Smallwood and Cyril Harvey. Henry Smallwood up. From post 2 is Dinger 2 with Danny Romo at the controls for Sherry McKinnon. Kerry Saunders, the owner. Ernie Laughlin driving, number 3, Jerry's Beach. Arizona Bucks is the 4. Paul Angel drives for Phil Pinckney. Andrea Rennison and Roger Matthews Rennison are the owners of 5 PJ Camdex. Kenny Parker Jr. at the helm. Todd Trites controls the 6 PH Powerful for owner Hugh McKay. Glenview Natalie, the 7 owned by Adam Johnson. Darren Crow gets the call. Robert Laughlin will drive from post 8, Grins Little Flirt. She's owned by Craig White. Post time in 6 minutes. Only 3 minutes, only 3 to post time. Less than 2 minutes, less than 2 to post. Final call, now less than 1 minute. Home Hardware Building Center starting gate, picking up the horses for the 8th and final. It's post time. Eighth and final has Pride of Paradise, Dinger 2, Jerry's Beach, Arizona Bucks, PJ Chemdex, PH Powerful, Glenview Natalie, and Grin's Little Flirt. They're off and pacing. Jerry's Beach off the gate first to grab the early lead. Dinger 2 comes away second, crossing over. PH Powerful finds room at the rail in 3. Unhurried down the inside is Proud of Paradise fourth. Then looking for and finding a seat in the 5 spot is Glenview Natalie back in 6 as they enter the backstretch. That's Arizona Bucks, followed 7th as they move on to the opening quarter by PJ Chemdex, and at the back of the field, Grin's Little Flirt. Single file as they check in at the opening quarter, and up front, showing the way, that is Dinger 2, the new leader, second, and sitting tight up in the pocket is Jerry's Beach. Followed to the inside by PH Powerful, pacing along in 3. Glenview Natalie to the outside, now first up from 4, as they round the top turn and race into the stretch, approaching the halfway mark. And on top, Dinger 2 shows the way to the half. Second on the inside and getting the trip, that's Jerry's Beach. First over move is Glenview Natalie on the limb. Third inside, PH Powerful is fourth. Arizona Bucks taking a second over toe into fifth. Sixth on the inside, Pride of Paradise. Then back in 7 is PJ Chemdex. Grin's Little Flirt at the back in 8. They continue into the backstretch now. Final time. Time's going unposted on the board as they race out of the 3/4. Up front, the leader is Dinger 2, still there by a length and a half. Jerry's Beach second. Glenview Natalie is the third one. Arizona Bucks starting up the 3-wide path third as they race now to the 7H. Dinger 2. Arizona Bucks out 3 wide taking aim. Jerry's Beach at the rail is now third. Fourth on the outside in the center is Glenview Natalie coming high from 5. That is PJ Chemdex, but Dinger 2's the one to catch. Clear by 3 with a length left to come as they swing off the top turn. It's Dinger 2 leading them down the stretch. Arizona Bucks now on for second. It's Dinger 2 to take the finale. Finishing second, that's Arizona Bucks. And third, that is Jerry's Beach. Tonight's 50-50 draw was won by Debbie Ellis and Tristan McLean. Back at Victory Lane is the 8th race winner, number 2, Dinger 2. 8-year-old day-gelded son of Arts Cardtrick. By Sherry McKinnon of Truro. Trained by Al McNeil and driven to victory by Danny Romo. Dinger 2 in 2 minutes, 1/5. Here's how they finished in the 8th race. Number 1, Pride of Paradise, 8-2 Dinger 2, the winner. 3, Jerry's Beach, 3rd. 4, Arizona Bucks was 2nd. 5, PJ Camdex, 4th. 6, PH Powerful, 5th. 7, Glenview Natalie, 7-8, Grins Little Flirt was 6th. Quarter, 29 and 1, the half, 1 minute. 3 quarters in 1:30, the mile, 2 minutes, 1/5. Top down your card is 813 24576. 243 8th race try, $59.40. 24 exactor, $12.70. And the 20-cent super factor. 2, 4, 3, and 5 returns $63.35. The late double paid in the combination of 8 and 2. $1 ticket, $11.55. That concludes tonight's card of harness racing here at Truro Raceway. Please note our next live card will go on Friday evening, August 31st. No live racing this Friday. It will continue live racing here at Truro on Friday, August 31st, post time 6:30.